Okay, hey, Mike from Monkey Fab. Figured I'd do a separate little, what do you call, video playlist for my Phoenix build, since I figure there might be some people out there that want to follow along in just this build and aren't really into whatever else. So this is the Phoenix. It's a 78 Pontiac Phoenix. I think it's like the luxury model because it has air conditioning and had cruise control, and it was pretty nice shape. I bought it from a guy I was going to school with. Actually, I traded him a bunch of car parts, a bunch of new engine stuff for it, and got this. And it's just, it's cream puff. So, it's got the root beer, a little bit of sun faded root beer paint job. It's got these big old beefy rear bumpers. It's got these hubcaps. I mean, it is sexy. So the plan for this thing is just to I want to be my daily driver. I want to just have something that I can get on the freeway and drive, across country, and have it just be nice, be quiet, and then have a little bit of fun when it comes time for having fun. So that was the plan. The execution was it came with a 305 and a TH350, small block Chevy stuff from back in the day. The chassis only got 40. It's either got 40,000 or 140, and I tend to think that it's probably 40 because it's in really good shape. The interior's in really nice shape. But either way, I mean, it's not a lot for a car that's well over 20 years old. Yeah, so that's about, that's the plan. And here's what we got going on. I pulled out the stock engine, and I bought a kind of an L33. It was one of those displacement on demand deals. I don't know. Let me get some light anyhow. And how's that? Is that better? Yeah, that's a little bit better. So it's a L33, little displacement on demand. Threw in a LS9 camshaft, and replaced the lifters and put some springs in there. The springs are comp 918s. Keeping the turbo 350, which is right up there, because it's there and it's working, and I kind of think that's a good idea. Just get the thing running. These things have these horrible cross members in them, and so what I did is I just welded in these square tubes, and I put some 1-inch 13 threaded rod on there, and just made these engine mounts, because it just kept it nice and in line with what the original engine mounts were. The ones that they have are just kind of goofy. How they go forward and mount, way on the body, and then go back to the LS engine. It's got a cheap, I think it's like $100 Jegs converter. It's supposed to be like 2,500 stall. It's in there. Same with 350, it's in there, and if it lets loose, then it lets loose. But it's pretty clean. If it lets loose, I got an 80E in the garage, and that can go in. And so I plan on I'll run the exhaust down one side, and there's a little pocket right here in this area, and I got a little Jegs muffler. Should be, I hope to make it nice and quiet. So it's gonna be a 3-inch pipe back to there, and I got a Mustang 8.8 rear end that I might throw in the back here. I'm eventually gonna have to, because this little factory one isn't gonna hold, and it's geared crazy low. Like, it hits 60 miles an hour in first gear. Here's the fuel system. I still got to wire it in, but I just took the original tank and just sumped it, and I threw on like 3 -10s, and it's got dash 10 line going to the pump, to a filter, and then I got 5/8 aluminum line. I'm just going to use the factory line for the return, and I got that just goes on to the front. So I think that's it for the bottom of the car. Let me throw this thing down and we'll go to the top. Takes forever to get that thing down on the lift, but it's pretty light. I know it sounds ridiculous because it looks like such a freaking boat, but it's not really that heavy at all. Especially since I pulled that like 900 pounds of iron out of the engine. Here is this light spot, much better light. So here's the L33. It's just a truck manifold. Intake manifold with the cable linkage. It's got the I think an F body cable. Looks like it's going to fit and work just fine. I did get one of these. I think it's ITC billet. It was like an eBay thing to run the air conditioner because it's Houston. Where I live is Houston, Texas, and it's pretty much Africa hot. Probably 9 months out of the year. So I know a guy at school, one of the instructors there has kind of a similar setup, and he has an El Camino, and anyway, he's hooks me up. He's giving me some information on where I need to go to get the lines ran once I get that in. So that I decided to use that. So I'm hanging the turbo on that side. Originally, I was going to try to hang it over here, but with the air conditioning and the exchanger and everything, it was just too painful, and it just kind of lended itself to wanting to be over. It wants to be over there. That turbo wants to be there. So I got a replacement factory radiator, but I think I'm going to get rid of it and go with something that's got an inlet and an outlet on both on the passenger side, because that I can get away with using this, but it's going to be kind of close to the turbo on the other side. I was thinking about just running a metal pipe, welding one up, and just using silicone couplers, on it to get it to the neck, from the neck over to there. But I don't know. I mean, there's tons of room in the front here, and I got a big fan down here. So I'm gonna make a shroud for this and put the fan in. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I mean, if it works, it works, and I'll probably just roll with it. If it is working well, or if it isn't that bad. But if it's a pain in the ass, then I'll just yank that out and throw another one in. What else I got going on? So the wired harness is a plug and play 58X. Gold box. It's from the Gold Box guy, EFI source. I left the kick down for the 350 on there. I'm gonna have to figure out some way to hook it up to the throttle. I'll rig something up. It won't be that difficult to figure out. I got a purge block off that's going to go in there, and we got some Siemens Decas 80 pounders that are going in the rail. On this side, my buddy Aldo at Aldo Welds hooked me up with I think it's an LS3 it's either LS3 intake manifold or exhaust manifold, or it's an LSA for the CTSVs. I'm not sure which one. Both of them fit. I'm just not sure. He gave me both, and I'm not sure which one I'm using. But I'm basically just going to run that on this side and run a 2-inch crossover going underneath where the converter's at, up to the other side where it'll be kind of like a log manifold. Coming back from where that, let's get some light over here, from see where that spark plug wire is at. It's going to come back from behind there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to run some 2 1/4 inch pipe, basically as a log on this side. It's going to kind of come in low, then it's going to go high, and it's going to ride up high, up around the alternator level, and we'll use some I have some 1 3/4 inch tube that I'm gonna just run from the header flange up to there, and it will go to the turbo. And as it turns into the turbo there, I'll have a wastegate. Should make for a good wastegate priority, and hopefully have enough to control it, because I'm not looking for a lot of boost. I'm only looking for like probably like 600 horsepower is what I'm kind of going for, which should work out well. I heard the LS9 cam kind of waits till 4,000 to kind of come alive anyway, so and that's what I want. I want just a daily driver, something that gets relatively decent gas mileage, and can cruise on the freeway. And when I want to punch it, I can punch it. You can see on the side here, I started mounting up the turbo today. I just kind of made this little, I use these, I think there's like a bracket here that bolts to this alternator, but I wasn't using that, so I just bent some, I think 1/2 inch or maybe 5/8 inch stainless steel, and just tacked it up. So it's I'll weld that out, and I'll make some gusseting, like some little, so basically it'll be like little A-frames holding that together, so it'll basically make a bunch of triangles, which will be super strong, and that with the actual exhaust pipe itself should be plenty to hold that in place. So then the 3-inch will come, just basically it's going to kind of kick over, and it's going to go down, so it's going to go down between number 1 and number 3 there, and then just back. I might put a dump. I'll probably put a dump, because the muffler I bought, that Jeg one's, hopefully it's quiet, but it's pretty restrictive. It's chambered, and I tend to think it'll probably clog it up. So I'll probably have to put some sort of dump in there just to help. So if I want to get on it, it'll actually be able to breathe. Can't remember what else it was. Oh, the intercooler. Yeah, I got an intercooler. I just bought the brick, and it's just going to go up front. I mean, there's all kinds of room in here, so you can see between the bumper there. And I'll probably fabricate up. There's supposed to be a plastic air dam right in here, but it's busted off, of course. So what I'll do is I'll probably just fabricate up one with I'll just bend one out of aluminum and tack it on there so that it gets enough, get some air to push up and through the engine bay. And yeah, so it's kind of the engine plan. So I'll give you a look on the inside. I'm on the inside. So here is lovely bench seats, and I kind of got the dash ripped apart. I was refining out how I want to lay in the can't believe it. It looks too dark. Anyway, down here is gonna work. It's not gonna work. The harness and the ECU, the gold box, will probably sit up in that in the tunnel there, or it might sit up underneath the glove box. I haven't quite figured that out. The gauge cluster on this thing's pretty useless. It's just a speedometer, and it's got some idiot lights, and then where there should be a tachometer, there's just a thing that says Pontiac. So, but it has a really groovy AM stereo. So probably gonna replace. I want to replace that Pontiac with an actual tachometer and maybe put some gauges back there. And it'd be nice if I can get like just the stock gauge cluster to work well. But if not, I might just, 3D print a race pack holder and make something to like a clip to the dash and hold a race pack digital dash. But that's about it for the plans and the updates as to where we're at now on the Pontiac. I mean, she is a beautiful beast. But yeah, I'm like, I just want to get this thing done so I can drive it at this point. So, finish up the turbo and plumb that thing, and it should be good. I mean, other than changing out the rear end, I'm hoping that 350 will hold up. That would be nice. But like I said, if it lets go, we got a 4L80E. And then the next project is going to be my 240 Volvo wagon, which I'm pretty excited about. So I got a silver 1986 Volvo wagon. I got an LSX block. I got a Cowley's crankshaft, some Cowley rods, some diamond pistons. Got a big Borg Warner turbo, and that should be a fun car. So want to get this one done so I can get out and drive it and get it out of the garage so I have room for the Volvo. Get that bad boy in here and start working on it. So that's it on the Phoenix as of now, and next time you see it, hopefully I will have that turbo plumbed. Yeah, so thanks for checking in.